In Algebra 1, as we get ready to do our review for Chapter 9, we focused a lot on polynomials. You know, we talked about adding and subtracting them, multiplying them. We talked about greatest common factor. We talked about factoring. All of these things are going to be very important when it comes to the review. So let's take a look at some of our review problems. Number 1. Write the polynomial in standard form, then name the polynomial based on its degree and number of terms. Okay, so first of all, if I'm looking at this, the highest exponent would be x squared. And then x, and then our number. So let's start to kind of organize our stuff. So I assume this 2 is positive. So plus 2 here, negative 11x squared here, minus 8x here, and 6x squared there. Now if I'm totaling these, I might add zeros in these spots just to keep everything lined up. So this would be negative 5x squared minus 8x plus 2. Now, first of all, knowing just that piece of it, I get an idea that I think that my answer is going to be A. So let's talk about naming it. Highest exponent here is 2, which means that its first name is quadratic. And there are 3 terms when I put everything together, which means its last name is trinomial. And that perfectly fits with what is with A, so we know that this one's A. This one says match the expression with its name. So first of all, this is already in standard form. First name is by degree, so the highest exponent is 3, so its first name is cubic. And there are 3 terms, so its last name is trinomial. So that means that our answer is going to be A. Okay, so first 2 pretty straightforward. Now this one says simplify the difference. So I have this minus this. So if I look at all of these, w squared is the highest exponent. So if I go to set up standard form, it's going to look like this. And then I'm just going to take this first parenthesis and sort it. So 4w squared minus 4w minus 8. And then I'm going to take this one and write it just the way it is. So 2w squared plus 3w minus 6. Now our only problem is you really have to distribute this negative to every single thing that comes after it. So if I'm distributing the negative, that means I'm going to switch the signs of everything here. So this becomes negative, this becomes negative, this becomes positive. So that means it's going to be 2w squared minus 7w minus 2. So that means my answer for 3 is A. Okay, in this one, they just want us to simplify the sum. So if I look at this problem, u cubed is the highest one. So if I go to do standard form, it looks like this. So 4u cubed plus 4u squared plus 2. Then 6u cubed minus 2u plus 8. Now I'm going to draw my line here, make my plus sign. I'm going to add my zeros here. And I'm going to total. So 10u cubed plus 4u squared minus 2u plus 10. So that means that on this problem, D is going to be my final answer. Okay, now, this is one where if you're using the shortcut method, this is probably the easiest way to do it. So this is my longer of the 2 terms. This has 2 terms, this has 1. I'm going to write this underneath it. And then I'm going to take 8x squared and multiply it by everything. So 8x squared times 4y to the 6th is positive 32x squared y to the 6th. 8x squared times 4x squared is 32x to the 4th. So that means that up here on my choices of answers, B is going to be my answer. Okay, factoring the polynomial. This is one that's going to look for greatest common factor. The biggest number that will go into both 40 and 16 would be 8. There are 11 w's here and 6 here, so that means that they have at least 6 that they both have. So to solve for this, if this is my original problem, underneath it I'm going to do 8w to the 6th. Whatever my greatest common factor is. Now by taking it out, what I'm going to be able to do is put it in parentheses in front. So 40 divided by 8 is 5. 11, take away 6, is going to be 5 for the w's. These will cancel. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So this is going to be our final answer. So that means that on number 6, my answer is going to be A. Okay, and the next one. If this one says use FOIL, realize that you can also use the shortcut method if you want. So if I set up the shortcut method, five times 3 is 15. 5 times 4x is 20x. Add my 0. 2x times 3 is 6x. 2x times 4x is 8x squared. So if I go to total this, 8x squared plus 26x plus 15 would be C. Okay, now if it tells you to find the square, remember this means that it's 2x minus 6 times 2x minus 6. So if I go through, set up the problem using the shortcut method. Now again, you can use FOIL if you want. I'm just using shortcut because I think it's easier. So negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Negative 6 times 2x is negative 12x. Add my 0. 2x times negative 6 is negative 12x. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. So 4x squared minus 24x plus 36. So that means that on number 8, my answer is going to be A. Okay, now these, find the product. That means that you're either using FOIL or you're using the shortcut method. Either one. So 2n plus 2 times 2n minus 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Negative 2 times 2n is negative 4n. Add a 0. So 2n times 2 is positive 4n. 2n times 2n is 4n squared. But this is one where that cancels in the middle completely because they're opposites, which leaves you 4n squared minus 4. So A is going to be this answer. On 10, same kind of idea. So I set up my problem. So 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. 5 times 4m squared is 20m squared. add a 0. 4m squared times negative 5 is negative 20m squared. 4m squared times 4m squared is 6m to the 4th. So those totaled, these will cancel. Be left with negative 25 here and 16m to the 4th here. So in your answers, that means that on 10, my answer is going to be D.